Kitten Adventures. This section will take around 10 to 15 minutes. Every kitten has a special superpower, the ability to fit into absolutely places. Have you ever left a cardboard box in the living room? If you haven't, you might want to reconsider that decision. A kitten will find that box, and without a second thought, it will attempt to fit itself inside, even if there's no way it can possibly fit. The best part, they'll somehow manage it. No matter how ridiculous it looks, they'll squeeze in and curl up as if they've just discovered the perfect hiding spot. They might have to squish their face into the corner or wedge their little legs at odd angles, but they will make it work. And when they finally manage to get themselves in, you would think they just won the Kitten Olympics. There's this proud, triumphant look on their face, like, yep, this is my new home now. Now let's talk about, if there's one thing that strikes terror into the hearts of kittens everywhere, it's that giant noisy beast. The moment you turn it on, a kitten's reaction is almost, they freeze, they stare, they growl, they hiss. You'd think they were facing off against a giant predator. But here's the twist. Kittens also can't resist the vacuum. They'll tiptoe closer, all stealthy-like, their eyes narrowed with determination. And just as they think they've figured it out, the vacuum sucks up everything in sight, and they bolt for cover faster than you can blink. You can practically hear their tiny hearts pounding in their chests. But for some reason, every single time they'll come back, slowly, carefully, because maybe, just maybe, today will be the day they conquer the vacuum monster. It's a never-ending cycle of fear, curiosity, and just the right amount of bravado. Kittens have a very particular view of the world. Specifically, they see as a toy. Your new favorite book? It's a chew toy. Your delicate, expensive vase? Just another thing to swat off the shelf. And don't even get me started on pens. A pen is the ultimate kitten toy. The second they see you scribbling on paper, their tiny paws come out and they're all over it. What's a simple task like taking notes or filling out paperwork turns into a full-fledged game of, let's see how fast I can make this an absolute disaster. You try to write something and suddenly your kitten is diving for the pen like it's a life-or-death mission. It's adorable, but at the same time, do they know exactly what to do to make your life a little more chaotic? One of the most entertaining aspects of kitten behavior? Their unrelenting obsession with food. From the moment they can move around, kittens are on a quest to find and consume anything that looks remotely edible. It's a journey filled with curiosity, determination, and a lot of adorable antics. They've barely opened their eyes to the world when they start to realize that food is the key to survival and fun. Watching a kitten discover food for the first time is like witnessing a tiny explorer uncover a hidden treasure. Their little noses twitch, their eyes widen, and you can almost see the gears turning in their heads as they figure out what this new sensation is all about. Is there anything more hilarious than a kitten staring at you while you eat, their eyes following every bite you take? It's as if they're trying to telepathically communicate their desire for a taste of whatever you're having, pawing at the edge of your plate like a tiny beggar. Their persistence is both endearing and relentless. They'll stretch out their little paws trying to get just a bit closer to the food, hoping that their cuteness will earn them a morsel. It's like they're saying, "You're eating that, I can have some, right?" Their expressions are so earnest you almost feel guilty for not sharing. They'll give you the most adorable little meows, full of sincerity, as if they're pleading their case in the most heartfelt way possible. Like their very survival depends on getting a bite of your lunch. Those tiny, high-pitched meows are their way of saying, "Please, just a little taste. I promise I'll be good." And if you dare try to eat without offering them a taste, you'll be met with an offended glare. Their eyes will bore into you, filled with a mix of disappointment and determination. You'll be met with an offended glare that could rival the most dramatic of soap opera stars. And a soft little paw swipe to remind you of your mistake. It's their gentle yet firm way of saying, "Hey, don't forget about me." They don't care if it's a sandwich, a bowl of pasta, or that half-eaten pizza. They want it all. Their taste buds are as adventurous as their spirits, and they're willing to try anything at least once. Or that half-eaten pizza, they want it all. No food is off-limits in their eyes. They see every meal as an opportunity to explore new flavors and textures. Honestly, a kitten's persistence in the face of a delicious meal is something to be admired. But the best part, their determination is matched only by their cuteness. Watching them try to climb up to reach the food or stretch their tiny bodies as far as they can is a sight to behold. When they finally get their little treat, they act like they've just discovered the secret to life itself. Their eyes light up, their tails twitch with excitement, and they savor every bite as if it's the most delicious thing they've ever tasted. They act like they've just discovered the secret to life itself. The joy they express is pure and unfiltered, a reminder of the simple pleasures in life. The happiness that radiates from their tiny face as they munch on whatever crumbs you've dropped is enough to make anyone smile. Their contentment is contagious, spreading warmth and joy to everyone around them. Is enough to make anyone smile. It's a small moment of bliss that reminds us of the innocence and wonder of these tiny creatures. Their love for food is just one of the many things that make kittens so incredibly charming and lovable. Beyond just eating, kittens also love to play with their food. They'll bat at it, chase it around, and sometimes even pounce on it as if it were a toy. This playful behavior is not only entertaining to watch, but also an important part of their development. It helps them hone their hunting skills and coordination. Watching a kitten play with a piece of food is like watching a miniature predator in training. They'll stalk it, pounce on it, and sometimes even carry it around in their mouths, as if they've just caught a prized prey. This behavior is not only adorable, but also a crucial part of their growth. It helps them develop their motor skills and instincts, preparing them for the challenges of the world outside. So, the next time you see a kitten obsessing over food, remember that it's more than just a cute spectacle. It's a vital part of their learning and development. And who can resist those tiny, determined faces as they embark on their culinary adventures? In the end, kittens and food are a combination that brings endless joy and laughter. Their unrelenting enthusiasm for every meal, their playful antics, and their sheer determination to get a taste of whatever you're eating make them one of the most delightful companions you could ever have. So, cherish these moments, share a little treat now and then, and enjoy the heartwarming experience of having a kitten in your life. Their love for food is just one of the many things that make them so special. And remember, every meal is an adventure for them, and you get to be a part of that journey. Whether it's a simple kibble or a tiny piece of your sandwich, the joy they find in food is a reminder of the simple pleasures in life. So next time you sit down for a meal, don't be surprised if you find a pair of eager eyes watching you, waiting for their chance to join in the feast. After all, in the world of kittens, food is not just sustenance. It's an experience, a joy, and a way to connect with the ones they love. Let's talk about the litter box. It's one of those essential items that every cat owner needs, but it's also a bit of a mystery to the uninitiated kitten. Imagine being a tiny furball and suddenly encountering this strange box filled with granules. It's like discovering a new planet. It's a rite of passage for every kitten. The first encounter with the litter box is a momentous occasion, almost like a kitten's first steps or first meow. It's a blend of curiosity, confusion, and a bit of clumsiness. And let's just say their first time using the litter box, it's a spectacle. You might expect them to instinctively know what to do, but that's rarely the case. Instead, it's a process of trial and error filled with adorable missteps. Not exactly a graceful moment. They might trip over the edge or even try to eat the litter, mistaking it for some kind of exotic snack. It's a comedy of errors that's both endearing and a little bit messy. They may stare at it, confused, as if wondering what on earth they're supposed to do with it. They'll tentatively step in, put one paw in, then pull it back out, only to try again. It's like watching a tiny explorer navigating uncharted territory, then pull it back out, only to try again. Each attempt is a little more confident, a little more assured. You can almost see the gears turning in their tiny heads as they figure it out. There's something almost philosophical about a kitten trying to understand the litter box. It's as if they're pondering the mysteries of the universe, one paw at a time. They might sit and contemplate it for a while, deep in thought. They're asking themselves, what is this? Where does it go? Why is it in my house? These are the big questions, the kind that philosophers have pondered for centuries, now being tackled by a tiny kitten. Why is it in my house? The look of puzzlement on their faces is priceless. It's a mix of curiosity and bewilderment, as if they're trying to solve a complex puzzle. And you, as the responsible kitten owner, just wait and hope for the best. You might offer some gentle encouragement, maybe even a demonstration, but ultimately it's up to them to figure it out. It's a test of patience for both of you. But once they get the hang of it, it's like a light bulb goes off. Suddenly they know exactly what to do, and they do it with surprising efficiency. It's a proud moment for both kitten and owner. You'll find that a kitten is surprisingly fastidious. They take their new responsibility very seriously. They'll go in, do their business, and then spend an inordinate amount of time making sure everything is just right. They'll go in, do their business, and then scratch around like they're working on a secret project. It's as if they're trying to create the perfect environment, meticulously arranging the litter to their satisfaction, and then scratch around like they're working on a secret project, digging as if they're trying to bury a treasure. It's a sight to behold, this tiny creature so dedicated to its task, digging as if they're trying to bury a treasure. They take their time making sure everything is covered just so. It's almost like watching an artist at work, each movement deliberate and precise. In fact, they often take so long cleaning up that you wonder if they've joined an underground kitten cleaning service. But in the end, they come out, give themselves a quick shake, and then move on as if nothing ever happened. It's a routine that becomes second nature to them. Give themselves a quick shake, and then move on as if nothing ever happened. It's a testament to their adaptability and their innate sense of cleanliness. They might be tiny, but they take their hygiene very seriously. And then move on as if nothing ever happened. It's a small victory in the grand scheme of things, but it's a significant milestone in the life of a kitten. And as an owner, you can't help but feel a sense of pride and relief. Your little furball is growing up, one paw at a time. Every kitten has its own unique way of communicating. From the moment they open their eyes and take their first wobbly steps, they start to explore the world around them. And with that exploration comes a whole new language. It's a language made up of tiny meows, purrs, and body movements that can tell you so much about what they're feeling and thinking. And while they may not have words, they sure know how to get their point across. Whether it's a playful pounce on a toy or a gentle nudge with their head, kittens have a way of making their needs and desires known. They might not speak our language, but they have their own ways of communicating that are just as effective. You'll hear all kinds of meows, from the soft mew of a kitten in need of attention to the more insistent cries when they really want something. Each meow has its own meaning, and over time you'll start to understand what each one means. It's like learning a new language, but one that's filled with cuteness and charm, to the loud murr when they want food. This particular meow is hard to ignore, and that's exactly the point. Kittens know that a loud, persistent meow will get your attention, and they use it to their advantage. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I'm hungry, feed me now." It's like they're trying to have a deep, existential conversation with you, but it's all in meows. Sometimes it feels like they're trying to tell you something really important, and you can't help but wonder what they're thinking. Are they pondering the mysteries of the universe, or just wondering when their next meal will be? And don't forget the purring. Purring is one of the most fascinating aspects of kitten communication. It's a sound that can mean so many different things, from contentment to a request for attention. A kitten's purr is like a secret weapon. It's a sound that can instantly melt your heart and make you want to give them all the love and attention they crave. But there's more to it than just a sign of happiness. It's not just for when they're content. Oh no, kittens also purr when they are trying to get something from you. It's a way of saying, "Look how cute and lovable I am. Don't you want to give me a treat or some extra cuddles?" They know how to use that purr to get exactly what they want. It's a form of communication that's both subtle and powerful, and it's one of the many ways that kittens have learned to interact with the world around them. You'll be sitting on the couch, minding your own business, when suddenly a little kitten climbs into your lap, purring like an engine. It's pure manipulation. They know that by purring and snuggling up to you, they can get your attention and affection. When suddenly a little kitten climbs into your lap, purring like an engine, it's pure manipulation. But it's the kind of manipulation that you can't help but fall for. That purr is like a magic spell that makes you want to give them all the love and attention they desire. But how could you resist? That purr is irresistible. It's a sound that brings joy and comfort. And it's one of the many reasons why kittens are so beloved. When a kitten purrs, it's like they're sharing a little piece of their happiness with you. You instantly melt, pet them, and feel a sense of connection and warmth. It's a moment of pure bliss, and it's one of the many ways that kittens bring joy into our lives. And before you know it, they've won the game. They've gotten exactly what they wanted, and you're left feeling happy and content. It's a win-win situation, and it's one of the many reasons why kittens are such wonderful companions. And honestly, who can blame you? Kittens have a way of capturing our hearts and making us feel loved and appreciated. Their unique ways of communicating, from their meows to their purrs, are just one of the many reasons why they are so special. So the next time you hear a kitten meow or purr, take a moment to appreciate the wonderful world of Kitten Conversations. Now let's address the kittens love to destroy things. No, not because they're evil little creatures, though sometimes it feels like it, but because they're curious, and everything they see is an opportunity to the world. That beautiful couch, it's a scratch pad. Your favorite curtains, perfect for climbing. Your house plants, the perfect nibble snack. They see the world around them as a giant obstacle course, designed for them to explore and conquer. And unfortunately, that often includes your personal belongings. And let's be honest, when your kitten scratches the furniture, it's hard to get mad. I mean, look at that face. It's impossible to stay angry when they give you that. Who? Me? Look as they bat at your prized armchair. You know they're not trying to be bad, but it's a constant struggle between, please stop destroying everything, and okay, you're just too cute to be mad at. Did you know that kittens are pretty good at making friends? Well, but their approach to friendship is unorthodox. Take the family dog, for example. The first time a kitten meets a dog, there's a lot of sizing each other up, but give them time, and you might find that they actually form some pretty adorable bonds. The kitten might jump on the dog's back, play with its tail, or snuggle up together for a nap. Other times, a kitten will make friends with absolutely anything. They'll bond with a stuffed animal, a shoe, or even a houseplant. If it's soft or movable, it's fair game for a kitten. It's all about finding something that will give them the attention and the love they crave. So whether they're turning your life into an obstacle course, sneaking into every tiny space, or stealing your food, kittens are pure joy in motion. Their energy, humor, and infectious enthusiasm fill every room they enter. And at the end of the day, when they curl up on your lap, purring softly, you can't help but realize that every little mishap, every bit of mess was totally worth it. Thank you for joining me on this delightful journey through the unpredictable, hilarious, and heartwarming world of kittens. Remember, life is better with a kitten by your side, bringing laughter, joy, and a little chaos to your everyday. Until next time, stay pawsome and never stop laughing at the adorable little fur balls who make our hearts swell. Bye for now.